If you've got any questions about the March of the Machine set Mastery Pass, then today we're going to go over how much it's worth, how long you have to complete it, and can you even complete all 70 levels in the time that we have, and if you can't, at what point does it become worth it? If you can only complete half of the Mastery Pass, is it still worth your gems to buy the pass and get as much as you can? We're going to go through all that now. Welcome back to the channel. We are having a look at the March of the Machine Mastery Pass today and how much it's worth. So let's just jump straight into what you get in the Mastery Pass. So first of all, you have this top row, which is what everyone gets. That's the normal set mastery. It's completely free. Every player gets this. All you have to do is gain your XP from your daily quests and your weekly wins, and a little bit from your daily wins as well. And as you get every 1000 XP you get will take you up another level and unlock more packs or orbs that can be changed for card styles or sleeves that you can get in this Mastery Pass. The top row, you get up to 27 packs, which goes up to level 54. So if you can get 54,000 XP, you'll unlock all 27 packs for free. But that's for everyone. What we're going to go through is the actual Mastery Pass that you pay for. You pay your 3,400 gems and you get access to this bottom row as well, which is where the majority of the rewards are. So first of all, if you do pay your 3,400 gems or buy the set mastery in the pre-order bundle, if you've done that already, you get access to these rewards straight away. You get the Archangel Elspeth avatar, a Noxious Stinger pet, and the March of the Machine sleeve. You get access to that all straight away. And then all these levels along the bottom, we unlock as we gain the XP like you do at the top, but you gain them on the bottom as well. So if we add up all the rewards we get on this bottom row, all the way up to level 70, you see all the rewards there. That's actually 20 packs that we can get, and that can be from the set Dominaria set, can be from the Brothers War, can be from March of the Machine, or it could also be from the Phyrexia set that we've just had as well. So those 4 sets in standard are the only ones we can get these packs for. There's 5 packs for each of those sets. So it doesn't include anything from Midnight Hunt, Crimson Vow, Kamigawa or New Capenna. It doesn't include any of those ones because those sets are going to rotate out of standard in September, which is only 4 months and a bit away from now. So this is a signal from Magic Arena that we shouldn't really be caring so much about those sets that are going to rotate out as much as we are focusing on the sets that are going to stay after next September. So it's nice that we're not getting rewards for sets that are going to rotate out because most people probably aren't that interested in those older sets now anyway. As well as those 20 packs we get, there are also 10 mythic individual card rewards that we can get throughout the Mastery Pass, and these are all for the current set or for March of the Machine. So that's 10 mythic cards we're getting for free. We also get the player draft token, which is a really nice reward because that would cost 1,500 gems if we wanted to pay for an entry into a Premier Draft event. So that's basically 1,500 gems worth of rewards right there. And we also get occasionally a bit of gold, up to 4,000 gold in the Mastery Pass, and there's 3 lots of 400 gems, so 1,200 gems we can get back as well. So with those packs, the mythic individual card rewards, the draft token, the gold and the gems, we're going to add up the value of each of those things and see the total value of everything you get in the Mastery Pass. There are other things you get. I'm not going to include the other things in the rewards in the gem value for the Mastery Pass because when we get card styles like this, they're nice to have, but I wouldn't say they have any value in terms of gems. They don't help us build a card collection. They don't affect the functioning of the game. They don't affect the mechanics of the game in any way. It's only making a card look slightly different, and it might not even be a card that you use, so I don't count them as any value in these terms, in this context at all. But just to add these things all together with the Mastery Tree, which is the extra rewards we can get from the Mastery Orbs that we get here as we unlock the Mastery Orbs, we can get something from the mastery tree. If we add those to all the other card styles and other cosmetic things that we get along the bottom track here, and including the mastery orbs from the top of the track, there are 7 sleeves that we can get, 7 card sleeves, 45 other card styles, 3 pets as well, and all those things. Like I said, I'm not including any value for those, but if you like them, if they're worth anything to you, then add the value of whatever you think they're worth to the amounts I'm just about to add up. And there's one other thing you get in the mastery pass that for me isn't worth anything or very little. You get 3 different cards, and there's 4 cards of each. That's 12 cards. They are mythic cards, and they are March of the Machine commander cards. So according to the internet, these cards will not be valid, not be legal in any set on Arena. So we're getting the cards on Arena, but as far as I'm aware, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, you can only use them in games against other people. You can't use them in Standard, you can't use them in Historic or Explorer or in Historic Brawl, as far as I can see. And if you have a look at your collection, and we go to craft, you can craft these cards. You don't need to if you've got the mastery pass, because you're going to get the cards anyway. But if we go to make a deck and we select Historic and we look up these cards, apparently you can craft them and it looks like they're valid for Historic. If we were doing if we change this to Explorer and go back, then that is not available there. So it makes it look like you can use these in Historic, and maybe you can, but according to the internet it says they're not legal. So it depends. If you play Historic, and I know the majority of the people that are new to the game or people that watch the channel probably don't care as much about Historic as they do about Standard or possibly Explorer. So even if you can use these cards in Historic, they might not be worth anything to you if Historic is not a format you care about. So either way, I'm not going to include any value on those cards in my assessment, my breakdown of the Mastery Pass. So getting straight to the values all added up, we have 20 packs in the Mastery Pass, and they are worth normally 200 gems if you buy them in the store. But there is a difference between the packs we get as rewards from events or from the Mastery Pass and packs that we buy in the store, and you might know what it is already. The difference is the golden pack progress that we get. So if we could spend 200 gems on a pack in the store, we can use gold as the currency to measure this against. I'm going to use gems. I would normally spend gold on packs rather than gems, but for now let's use the gems. It's a little bit easier to add everything up. If we were buying a pack for 200 gems in the store, we would also get golden pack progress as well. So every 10 packs we buy, we get another golden pack with 6 rares or mythics in there as well. And when you open that, you also get wildcard track progress as well from opening the pack. So buying a pack in the store is worth more than getting a pack as a reward in an event or from the Mastery Pass. So to compensate for the lack of the golden pack progress, I'm going to say that these reward packs are worth 130 gems each rather than 200 gems. There is some maths behind how I've got to 130 gems as my value for the pack, but just to skip over that, 130 is what I'm saying they're worth. So that's 20 packs, each worth 130 gems. So that's 2,600 gems worth of value in the packs alone. Then we have the mythic ICRs, the individual card rewards. Now they are very similar to getting a pack, because the most that we care about a pack is the mythic or rare card that we get out of it. So for getting a mythic card by itself, then it's worth almost as much as a pack, but we don't get the wild card track progress that you would normally get from opening a pack. So the gem value I'm going to give to the mythic card rewards is 110 gems each, and there are 10 of those, so that's 1,100 gems in mythic cards that we can get from the Mastery Pass. We then have the draft token. Like I said, the draft token is worth 1,500 gems by itself, because that's how much we would pay to enter a Premier Draft event. So that's 1,500 gems there. And we have 4 times we can get 1,000 gold from the set mastery, from the Mastery Pass. and 1,000 gold is worth about 200 gems. That's pretty much how it translates in most things. So I'm going to say 4,000 gold is worth another 800 gems. And there are also 3 chances for us to get 400 gems from the Mastery Pass, which adds up to 1,200 gems as well. So if we add up the gem value of the packs, the mythic card rewards, the draft token, the gold, and the gems that we get 7,200 gems worth of value from spending 3,400 gems on the Mastery Pass. So you're getting pretty much double, in fact more than double your rewards back. And if you're really good at drafting, or you do pretty well in your draft events, then having that player draft token will be worth even more to you, because you're going to get more out of it than someone who isn't as good at draft events. So we're getting more than double the investment you put in. So 3,400 gems you're putting in, 7,200 gems worth of value you're getting back out of it. And that is with me being as harsh as I can on the value of the Mastery Pass. I'm not including 200 gems for the packs that I used to do, or I did for the last one. I'm not including the same gem value on the cards, because I'm going to be really strict with it, give them the lowest value I possibly can. And even when I do that, the Mastery Pass comes out at twice the value that you put into it. So like I've said before, I'm going to stick to my opinion that the Mastery Pass is the best thing you can spend your gems on. And if you haven't unlocked it yet, you should do your best to get gems, whether that's from buying them in the store when the special offers come up, or doing one of the event types that will give you gems as a reward. Because once you get those gems, you can spend them on the Mastery Pass. You're going to get a lot of value back from that. So the next question you might be asking is, how easy is it to complete this Mastery Pass? Because the last one we had with Phyrexia, there were 80 levels to complete, and it was very tight, and quite often it does seem very tight whether you can earn enough XP in the time that we have to actually unlock all these rewards. Because if you don't get to the end of the Mastery Pass, if we don't unlock all the rewards, then there's no point saying it's worth 7,200 gems, because you won't get that value, because you won't get the rewards. So if you only complete half of the Mastery Pass and you're somewhere down here, you're obviously getting a lot less of the value than someone who completes it all the way through. So how easy is it to get all the way to the end of this one, where we have 70 levels? Well, the only way we're going to know that is to know how long we actually have before this Mastery Pass expires and it resets and we get a new Mastery Pass. Well, normally it's between different sets, but the difference we have here is that with March of the Machine, we have a separate mini set that's coming out in about a month's time, or a month after March of the Machine has been released. So that's March of the Machine Aftermath, and it's kind of a mini set. It's a bit like the alchemy sets we get. It's separate, but it's not a whole set by itself. Now with that, I don't think we're going to be getting a separate Mastery Pass for the Aftermath set, because there's only a month between this one coming out and that one coming out. And there's no way we have 70 levels to complete in a month, because it just wouldn't be possible at all. So the set Mastery Pass should carry on throughout Aftermath after that is released. And then the next thing that is going to be released on Arena is the Lord of the Rings set, which will be an alchemy set, be legal in alchemy and in historic. And normally that is when we'll get a new Mastery Pass, when an alchemy set that's separate is released. We had this before with the Baldur's Gate Alchemy Horizon set that came out, had its own Mastery Pass and everything. That was completely separate to the normal standard Mastery Passes that we get. So the Lord of the Rings set is being released on the 20th of June this year. So that gives us 9 weeks from the release date of March of the Machine to the release date of Lord of the Rings. So 9 weeks is probably, unless something else changes, should be how long we have to complete these 70 levels of the Mastery Pass. So how much experience can we get? How many levels can we get between the start of this pass and the release of Lord of the Rings? Well, the main methods for getting the XP to unlock these levels is from your daily quests. So every day you get your quest for 500 or 750 gold. Either one of those, they are worth 500 experience points each, so complete them as much as you can. We also have the weekly wins, which are worth 250 experience points each for the first 15 wins of the week, and you get 25 experience points for every daily win that you get, up to 10 wins per day. Now, I'm not expecting anyone to get 10 wins per day every single day. Let's just go with the lowest amount of daily wins to get the most value from the other areas where we get experience. So if we say we do every daily quest that we get between the launch of March of the Machine and launch of Lord of the Rings, and we can get our 15 weekly wins to give us 250 XP each, let's just say that we only get 15 wins in a week in total, which means we get 15 lots of our daily wins, so 15 times 25 experience points for those daily wins as well. When you include the fact that March of the Machine started with 3 different daily quests we get, and obviously we get 1 every day from that point onwards, up to and including the day that Lord of the Rings is released, then that gives us 64 days, but actually 66 daily quests, because we have those extra ones to complete. That's 500 XP for each of those, so 33,000 XP, 33 levels we can get just from the daily quests. And for the weekly wins, we might only have 9 weeks between March of the Machine being released and Lord of the Rings being released, but because the weekly wins are reset at the end of the week and the new sets are released on a Tuesday, it means that we have the first week of March of the Machine is just from Tuesday to Sunday, and then after we have those 9 weeks, we also have the Monday and Tuesday just before Lord of the Rings is released that we'll also have our weekly wins are reset. So we have 10 weeks worth of weekly wins that we could get, which means if we had 15 wins in a week and we add that to 15 daily wins for a week as well, and times that by the 10 weeks, then that gives us 41,250 experience points we can get just from getting those 15 wins in a week, which means we can get 74 levels of the Mastery Pass, or 74,250 experience points, just from getting 15 wins in a week and making sure we complete all of those daily quests. So it doesn't even mean you have to play every single day. You could play every 3 days or so, and you can still complete all of those and get all the XP. You won't get quite as much gold as you could get if you're playing every 3 days, but gold's a separate issue. You can complete that much of the Mastery Pass even if you're not playing every day, as long as we complete those daily quests and those weekly wins. So that gives us a little bit of a buffer if we do miss out on some of those daily quests or some of those weekly wins, because you can get up to 74 levels even just getting that amount. And if we don't complete the whole thing, if we only get to 70, or if we only get to 69, to be honest, because 70 is just another card style, you might not be that interested in those. Even if you only get to level 69, you're getting all of the packs, the mythic card rewards, and the other valuable, most valuable things that we can get from the Mastery Pass. But let's assume that maybe for some reason you can't play as often, or you're going to be away for a week or two and you know you won't be able to play. Let's have a look finally at when does the Mastery Pass start to pay for itself. So if you're paying 3,400 gems, what if you only complete half of the Mastery Pass? Is it still worth it, or is it not going to be worth it to you because you're going to miss out on too much time? Well, if we go through all of the rewards and we add 130 gems for each pack, 200 gems for the gold that you get, and 110 gems for the mythic card rewards, and if we completely ignore these other commander cards that, if they're legal in anything, it's only historic, and let's assume that you don't care about historic, when does it get to the point where the Mastery Pass is paying for itself? Well, if we go along all these rewards at the bottom and add them up, including the draft token, which is the biggest thing, so that's 1,500 by itself, we only have to get to level 32 when we get these 400 gems, where the Mastery Passes earn more than 3,400 gems worth of value. So if you only complete 32 levels out of at least 74 that you could do if you're only getting 2 wins per day on average, pretty much, then you're still going to get the value from the Mastery Pass, and anything after that is going to be pure profit. So is the Mastery Pass worth it for you? Well, as long as you're going to be playing at least half of the time, then yes, the Mastery Pass is definitely worth it for you. You're going to get more than you put into it, and possibly up to double the value if you do complete basically all of it. Now you could get more than 70 levels. Like I said, you could get 74, or if you actually went up to 10 wins per day, because that's the most wins per day you'll get XP for, 25 XP per win, so 250 XP just from the daily wins for each day. And remember, there's 64 days between March of the Machine being released and Lord of the Rings coming out, so that's quite a few days you could get a lot of wins for. You could get about an extra 12 levels past the top of the Mastery Pass, but the thing is, after level 70, all you're going to get is an uncommon individual card reward for each level past it. Now I got to level 87 or something on the Phyrexia Mastery Pass, so I got quite a few of the individual card rewards for that set, but it's not going to be worth very much to you to get these by the time we get to the end of the set, and I'll explain why. If you have a look at the current card collection that you have, and yours might not look anything like this if you're newer to the game, if you don't spend any money on the game or don't spend very much time on the game, you might not have quite as much as I do here. Maybe you have more than me, depending on how well you do. If I get one of the individual card rewards from the Mastery Pass, it's going to be at least an uncommon card from one of the 8 sets that are currently legal in Standard. So we have Midnight Hunt, Crimson Vow, Kamigawa, New Capenna. We skip the Alchemy one because it won't be included in that. We have Dominaria, Brothers War, Phyrexia, and then we have March of the Machine, because it won't include Shadows over Innistrad either. March of the Machine. So there's 8 different sets that it could be from if we get an individual card reward. And having a look at the number of uncommon cards that you have for any of those sets, for me it's quite similar between one and any other one. I have the majority of the uncommon cards unlocked, even for the Phyrexia set that's only just come out. If I get an uncommon card reward from any of these sets that I already have 4 copies of, and that's basically this gold bar here, which is about 90% of the sets, I have all of 4 copies of all the uncommon cards. If I get one of those uncommon cards as an individual card reward, it's going to be worth another 0.3% of my vault progress, which will eventually get me 1 mythic wild card, 2 rare wild cards, and 3 uncommon, which aren't worth very much considering the amount of time it takes to build up the vault. So an individual card reward only worth 0.3%, or if I'm very lucky, I'll get an uncommon card that I only have 1, 2, or 3 copies of, which will be this last little blue section on my set collection. So depending on which set it happens to be from, you might have a slightly better chance of getting a card that you don't already own, but it's much more likely that you're going to get an uncommon card that you already have 4 copies of, and it's only going to be vault progress. Even when you look at March of the Machine, you might think, well, I don't have most of the uncommon cards here, so there's a good chance I might get an uncommon card from March of the Machine that I don't have 4 copies of yet. But because there are 8 sets this could be from, let's just say there's a 1 in 8 chance that it's even from March of the Machine and not from one of the other sets. By the time you get to level 70 in the Mastery Pass, you will have unlocked a lot of uncommon cards from March of the Machine as well. So the chance that you're going to get an uncommon card that you don't have 4 copies of already is pretty low. So going past level 70 of the Mastery Pass is probably not worth very much to you at all, and I wouldn't worry about getting there. The main thing you really want to do is get those 70 levels if possible. So that covers pretty much everything you'll need to know about the March of the Machine Mastery Pass. Let me know in the comments below if you have any other questions about it, and I'll update the description with any other details that you might need to know, or answers to questions, and obviously I'll reply to the comments as well. So I hope that's been really useful for you. Let me know by liking this video if it has been helpful, and subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, so you don't miss out on any future videos like this, breaking down the value of different things in the game, helping you get the most out of it. So thanks for watching this video to the end, and I will see you in the next one.